It looks like I've got some soybeans that will be ready to cut when this weather clears up. You can see there's two different varieties I planted at the end of this field with a little longer season soybean, and here is the clear mark in the field right there. So these are a little bit longer season. So I think by the time I finish shelling corn, which I need one more day for that, I can probably jump right into soybeans. And we've still got probably a couple more days before we get in the cornfield. Cloudy weather today. We've got some rain showers. There goes a crane. And then tomorrow is going to start clearing up. I think maybe a slight chance of showers in the morning and then clear it in the afternoon. And then I think by Thursday we'll finally get some sunshine. Oh, let's walk out here and see what these soybeans look like. No, they're not BBs. Two to a pod there, but a lot of pods didn't fill out. Got 3 in that one. Well, this one's got 3, but there's 1 BB in there. I can feel that. Oh hell, it's not even a BB. It didn't make it all. There's one there that the podworm got. So a lot of 2-bean pods. The 3-beaners, like this one here, is a 3-bean pod, but that middle bean, there's nothing there. Let's see if I can break it open. Hard to do this with one hand, but see that middle bean, there's nothing there to that one. Another 3-bean pod here, but nothing in that middle one. There's a 3-bean pod, but we only have 1 good sized bean. The other 2, nothing in there. I guess I'm probably opening up all my profits right now, but see, look at that. Only 1 out of 3 made. Well, no, there's not going to be profit out here, I don't think. So I'm just opening up losses. Okay, there you go. Yeah, when you initially look at them, you think, wow, there's a lot of pods on there, look decent, but no. There's only a one beaner right there. 2 1-beaners right at the top there. Looks like maybe a 3-beaner there. Yep, there was 3 in that one, 3 decent ones. So yeah, it's 40 bushel beans, maybe, I don't know. It's hard to judge beans. I never have been a good judge on soybeans on what the yield will be. Let's walk out into this field. The beans are a little taller here, it appears. Not sure if that will make a difference on the beans per pod or not. So you can see up here past my belly button on these soybeans, and when you come out here and look and you think, wow, look at the top of that right there. There's a lot of pods there. 3, 2 in that one. Hey, there's 3 in that one, 2 in that one, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, but here's what should have been a 3-beaner. It only has 1 in it. 3 in that one. 2, 2, 2. All right, so not much difference other than they're a little bit taller. This is what kind of screws us up. These green stalks here that haven't quite finished maturing. But as I said, by the time we get to these, I'm sure they'll be ready. You know, that's kind of a nasty looking pod, that color there. Let's see what the bean looks like inside, if I can open it. Well, the bean looks okay. Yeah, I don't see any purple spots, no graying. Yeah, that bean looks okay, just the pod doesn't look that healthy. We have been under coastal flood watches and advisories, it seems like for 2 or 3 weeks now. I'm sure at the end of this field, that creek that's at the end of this field has come out of its banks, and I imagine the whole end of this field is probably covered in water right now. I'm not going to go down there and make a mess of it and look. As I was coming by the driveway, I could see water in the driveway, so that's a sign that yes, coastal floods are happening. The cornfield that I was shelling corn in last week, I didn't put it on camera, but my first pass along the edge of the field where the creek is, yes, I was leaving tracks about 6 inches deep because there was not water in the field at the time, but because of the coastal flooding we've had, there had been water in that field. So it was wet, and so I left a 6 or 8 inch track in places around that field because of that flooding. So this has been a bit crazy to have this flooding. It seems like every day I have a warning on my phone and it updates to extend the flood watch. Let's see where we are today. This app here, coastal flood advisory, Tuesday. Now it's extended until, let me take my glasses off so I can read here. It is extended until 12 a.m. on Friday. The last extension I saw was until tomorrow morning, I think, Wednesday, and now we're up to Friday at 12 a.m. So until midnight Thursday. Up to 2 feet of inundation above ground level in low-lying areas due to tidal flooding. Tides 2 to 2.5 feet above normal. Next high tide at 3:05. Piney Point is at 2:30. That driveway is flooded down at the very bottom there. There is flooding in that driveway. So yes, I know the end of that field is flooded. And there's probably a little bit of flooding on the end of this field as well, because we've got a creek on this side of the road. All right, that's the update from here. A couple videos ago, I was talking about what we do for the community, some different things we do, and I didn't know this. I just left the hardware store. When I came in, my daughter was gone. So while I was there, she came back and she said, oh yeah, I just went to our public elementary school and our public middle school and donated some hand sanitizer. I think she donated a case of hand sanitizer to each school. When I walked in the store this morning, we have a big box right at the door with now accepting donations. A couple of the nonprofit organizations in our community, they're putting a U-Haul truck together to go down to Asheville, North Carolina. So we've got a donation box in our store for that effort. I think that truck is going to be leaving on Friday to go down. My daughter says she doesn't think the truck they have is going to be big enough, because they've put out a lot of these boxes throughout the community. So my daughter has thrown something in the box to go down for them as well. Okay, I'm checking for the fuel leak here, and hey, looks like it's right here. Let me set the light down here. It's wet. This is the highest point. So it looks like it was running down here and then hitting the frame rail and going back and running down on the ground. I think that hose has already been replaced once, maybe. So it's either the hose or the clamp, but that clamp seems tight on there. So I may have to replace the hose, but that's an easy one to get to versus some of these others that I've replaced earlier. Right, so it's only leaking when the tractor is not running. I cleaned this hose up all the way around here, started the tractor up. It stayed dry. As soon as I cut the tractor off, it started dripping and running, and it looks like there's a crack or something. Oh, you can just see it running right down out of there now. Oh yeah, I see the crack right there. All right, of course I just filled the tank up yesterday, and so the tank is here. It's just about level with the tank. Let's see how much. Well, first I gotta see if I have any hose on the shelf. Aha, I think I do. Is that the size, or is it this? Which size is this? This is 3/8. I hope it's the 1/4 inch hose. Or no, this is 5/16. Which one is it? Well, I don't know. Well, I don't have enough of the 3/8, but I've got enough of 5/16, so I'm going to take it off of there, see what size it is. Well, okay, it's the 3/8 hose, which I don't have enough of. The story of my life, I've only got 6 inches here, and I need about 12 inches, so I guess I'm going to my local hardware store and get some fuel line for this tractor. That fuel is just pouring right out of there. Wow, look at that. All right, I just got back from my local hardware store. We've got some line here. I've got a can under here. It's just a steady drip in there. I think I'm going to get a bath here with diesel fuel. Oh man, look at that. All right, I need to, what do I need to do here? I'll get back on there. All right, I got to have a better plan here. What is going to be my plan? All right, cardboard number 1 plan here. All right, let's cut this thing to the length I need. It's the number 2 plan. All right, fuel is just going to have to go everywhere. I'll pull the bottom one off first. And got a bolt in this end, so let's pull the bottom one off first and get that on there. All right, you're going to have to be quick with this. All right, ready? Are you ready? Let's do it. Let's do it. Get on there, get on there. There we go. All right. All right. Oh, you mucker. I can't get that on. All right, where'd you go? There it went. Well, I'm just gonna have to get another bath here. Oh, where the heck did that one go to? I don't know. All right, now my gloves have holes in them. I got fuel going everywhere. Now I gotta go find my other clip. All right, I've got a bath in this stuff now. All right, let's see if this stopped the leak. I'm not sure my cardboard did much good there, but I guess it soaked up some of it. Okay, I do think this is the original hose that came on here. There's a number here, L202945, and that hose was, I think, somewhere up around here. Yep, I see a crack right there. All right, well, the hose that I put on there is, does it tell me where it's made? Not on the hose. Not for underhood application. Now I'm reading this. Oh, that's 5/16. I put 3/8, but 3/8 also says not for underhood application. And I think that's part of the problem. As I was taking this shield off of here, I was thinking, you know, they design these tractors where they cover them completely now, and it keeps all of that heat inside. So I'm sure that's not good for these hoses. But, you know, this is a hose, the original hose. But you have the exhaust here. All of this was hot. This shield sits up against here. I could barely touch that shield to get it off because it was so hot, because of the manifold here, and all of that heat stays trapped in there. So that can't be good for these engines. But that's the way they design them. You have a few vents, you know, up towards the front, but that's towards this way for that fan to blow that air out. There's really nothing here in the back. So you're keeping that hot air in there, and as I said, that just can't be good. These things, they need to breathe, so to speak. In my opinion, I'm not the engineer or the designer of these things. You would think the engineers know what they're doing, but you know, I think they're going after looks these days and want a nice clean design here to close everything up, and I think that causes other problems. So we'll see how long this line lasts. All right, so this line here has been replaced. That came from the hardware store because I see the writing on there. I think most of this other line has been replaced. Yep, I see that writing. That's from the hardware store. So some of this line has already been on there maybe 4 years, probably, and it's still going strong. This tractor is a 2014, so this is 10 years for this. This is probably the last one that's going to need, that is the original, because I've replaced both of these lines. I think this goes to a cooler up here, and yes, well, I've replaced that one. I'm not sure if I've replaced the other one. No, they connect underneath of that radiator. They connect back here. Well, without pulling more shields off, I don't know. Yeah, I've replaced this one. This one looks like it might still be an original. The joys of owning equipment. I've taken the hoses off of that baler, so I've got to take those up and get some new hoses made for that. One of them was a new hose. The others, you know, they were old hoses, maybe original hoses on that baler, 30 years. So it's not a big deal. You know, at some point they were going to break. But I did have one good hose on there. That's a little upsetting, but oh well. It was for the kids, right? So anything for the kids you don't complain about. All right, I'm wrapping this video up, and I'm going to say, see ya! See ya!